I thought I'd do an early show time. This is a little bit of a special show for me. Now, if I'd have thought about it, I would have done this earlier. I'd have set this up before. It's taking me ages to set this up. Let me just try to do this here. I would have set this up before, but I've struggled around and it's finally working. So tonight is a little bit of a special one. I'm JB. This is the United Devil channel with me, JB, a Man United fan channel. But tonight, I am doing a watch along for Wales versus North Macedonia. Now, you may say, who cares about Wales? Me, because I'm Welsh. So it's a massive game. I've just managed to do the second half, so I'm going to look to do the second half. Fantastically, we are 3-1 up. We need this win to get to the semi-finals of the qualification. At the moment, Belgium are top of the group. They're not going to lose. I'm playing Liechtenstein today, so they are not going to lose. Look, as I say, get into this chat, get into this community. This is a fantastic community. This is one of the best communities on this platform. I'm very, very lucky. One thing I always say is be respectful to me, be respectful to the community, be respectful to yourselves. And otherwise, the ban hammer does come out and does come down on you like a ton of bricks. Also, I'm not a dictator of this chat. I will read out your comments. That is what we're doing here. Look, but tonight, this is not exclusively a Wales Macedonia watch along as such. Get in your opinions on United. This primarily is what we are. So get in your opinion about that as well. If you have just joined as well, Wales are winning 3-1. Scotland as well, amazingly, are winning 1-0 as well. So if Scotland win their match, then they actually go to the World Cup, first time since 1998, I think it is. So tonight is actually quite an exciting night for international football. Of course, unlike England, who qualified with an unblemished 0 goals conceded, etc. So look, tonight is the night that we hopefully should win. So get in there with your comments. I got absolutely no problem at all if you comment on anything else. So look, it's a sort of special one tonight. Look, get into your chats about the club. Let me know about what you think about United. This is, as I say, this is a slightly different show than what we normally do. There is some news out there, so we can talk about the news as well. There are reports coming out about Semenyo again. There are all sorts of stuff coming out. So get in there with that as well. So yeah, tonight is as I say, is a slightly different show. Watch along for Wales versus North Macedonia. Let me know if you are Welsh. Let me know if you're a United fan. Get in there. This is a United fan channel. If you've never been here before, get in there, guys. As I say, this is one of the best communities out there. If you know, nah, not on that, JB. Look, I'm giving this a watch tonight. But look, guys, we can talk about football. Glory, Man United. Exactly. Look, bring it into the show. Just because I'm doing a watch along in the background doesn't mean that we can't catch up on different stuff. So look, 3-1 to Wales. I know the vast majority of you are not going to be Welsh fans. United or City? Well, United. I mean, if you can't tell by the name of the channel, my friend, and if you can't tell by the shirts up there, I'm a United fan. I'm just gonna update the thumbnail as we speak as well, just because otherwise I won't get any views, because people will just see the Welsh flag and they'll switch off completely, right? But look, get in to the comments. City suck. Stephanie says, yo, JB again. Jamie Vargas, legend. So I'm doing an early stream tonight. Last bit of international football. The reason why it's so important to me, because I am Welsh. Wales are playing tonight. They have to qualify. They have to absolutely qualify tonight, which is really, really important to me. At the moment, Scotland are winning as well. So if there's any Scottish people out there, yeah, Scotland are playing as well tonight. So we've got the second half coming up for Wales. At the moment, winning 3-1 against North Macedonia. Jamie Vug says the greatest Welsh player of all time. I think it's probably. I think it's accepted. There are two. Wales. Exactly. I am Welsh, and we need to win this tonight. North Macedonia are behind us. We are winning. Hello, mate. Did anyone score? Oh, just kidding. Who would watch this crap? Be nice. Be nice. Look, it's a match. It's a match that we've got to win tonight. 100%. Steffi says, I do think. I think it's a toss-up between John Charles and Bale. I think, the fact that, Wales haven't qualified for a World Cup since 1958. John Charles played for Juventus as well. I think Gareth Bale. I think John Charles is a very close second. It was always John Charles. Always John Charles. But for me, if you're asking who are my favourite players, you'd have to go John Charles, even though I didn't see him play. Bale, Giggsy, Neville Southall in goal. Not a big fan of Ramsey. Giggsy, of course, was up there. Gary Speed, Mark Hughes, Ian Rush. Some fantastic players. So look, if this Ian Rush or Mark Hughes, absolute quality players. I mean, Ian Rush. At one point was absolutely unplayable. What a fantastic striker. So yeah, the last time I think Wales got close to a World Cup, I think, was when we went out to Romania in 1994. So look, 3-1 up tonight. Really, really important game, and of course I do appreciate that not everybody is a Welsh fan, which is cool. But I just thought I would come on tonight. We can talk about United as well. I'm gonna sort of update the thumbnail as well, just to make it a bit obvious that we can talk about both. Our very own Clayton Sunbed, very own Clayton Blackmore. Didn't Wales play in Qatar? No, Wales didn't play in Qatar. Wales played in the last Euros, not the Euros before. I think it was 16, wasn't it? And we got to the semi-final and we lost to Portugal. We beat Belgium 3-1. We lost to England, as we always bloody do there as well. So yeah, it looks like we cannot capitulate tonight. Where are we as well? Scotland. I think Scotland is still half time. I think in Scotland as well. So Scotland are winning as well. So look, big up to them. As many as the home nations that can qualify as well for tonight. Be absolutely amazing stuff as well. Where are we? Let's have a look. So what are the teams tonight? So the lineups tonight are Williams, Rondon, Lawler, De Silva, Sheehan, Brooks, Cullen, Johnson, Wilson, and James. Now I like Johnson a lot. I do. I think Dan James is paced. Now that another ex United. Stephanie says bring back home internationals. Yeah, 100%. Agree completely on that. So the Welsh side is not bad. Wales did play in the 22 World Cup Group B with England, Iran, and USA. Honestly, my old man brain. I tell you, my old man brain. Let me have a look. It seems so long ago. Let me have a look. Yeah, we did. You're right. Again, that's my old man brain for you. Yeah. Yeah, we did. That's because you got absolutely smashed in that one. Art Hostage is back on track. Jamie, you are right. Do you know what? Right, it's been so long, and I think we were so bad in that World Cup. That's right, because it was Rob. That's right, it was Rob Page, wasn't it? Because Giggsy, I have old man brain too, JB. See, now that you said it, it's all come back because it was Rob Page, wasn't it? Because Giggsy got him to the brink, and Rob Page had to take him to the World Cup. It was such a bad World Cup, and I think Bale was mostly injured, and Ramsey, it was his last World Cup, wasn't it, as well? So, but look, we've got another chance. I don't know how we're going to fare. Steve said they got a lot of and they've got a lot of sheep in North Macedonia. Yeah, I did see that. Scott McTominay's goal, fantastic goal. I think I am right in saying, even though I'm an old man brain, I think the last time Scotland qualified for a World Cup was 98. Was it 98? I'm sure that's right. Let's have a little look. Let's do that. North Macedonia. Here we go. Stick that in there as well. Here we go. Let's stick that in there as well. Here we go. There we go. Don't do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. Here we go. Don't give it back to Macedonia. No. Get it out. Tackle. Just give it to Dan James. Just give it to. Go on, James. Just give it to Dan James. That's a great ball by Dan James. Go on, Brooks. Oof. Go on, Brooks. Oof. Good save. End-to-end stuff tonight. Scotland are still winning 1-0, so keep an eye on that one. Belgium are beating Liechtenstein. I mean, so look, get in your opinions as well tonight on United. Let me know basically what you've heard today. I mean, we've been through it several times already. There are people going on Semenyo again. Give me your thoughts on Semenyo. My man looks brewing denim. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Hello, Scott JB. Let's have a little look. Didn't see McTominay goal. Have they got a lot of sheep in Macedonia? Obviously, they've got a load of sheep in Wales, which is true. Did you know there's more sheep in Australia? I think it is than there are in people, which probably explains a lot, right? Let's have a little look. Hi, Steph. Yeah, that's called a leisure centre in Wales. Hi, Steph. No, I intentionally follow you. It seems like we have the same interest. That's called a leisure centre in Wales. Again, buddy, I'm following you, but never overtake without indicating. They call that a leisure centre. Ferguson managed Scotland in the Mexico World Cup. I think, Steve, wasn't that because Jock Stein passed away? Isn't that because Jock Stein? Because I know Fergie was Jock Stein, wasn't he? And was that when Jock Stein passed away and Fergie was the assistant manager? I think. You should have seen McTominay. I saw his goal. It's fantastic. So Wales have come out on their sand. So come on, make it 4. Make it 4. Oof. Jock Stein passed away famously. Yeah. That's it. I'll root for Wales just for you. Tulip Place, thank you. 3-1 up. 3-1 up. Look, it only means that we get to qualification. We get to the semi-finals. We still got to play another 2 games. It just means that we're going to be at home as well. The most frustrating Most frustrating thing, and I will come on to that as well. Who's in goal for Belgium? For Belgium are now winning 4-0. Lemens is in goal. Lemens is in goal for Belgium tonight as well. So he's in goal. So Lemens is in goal, definitely playing their second string team tonight. Wales are 3-1 up. Scotland are winning 1-0 as well. I really hope that they can get that over the line. I think they'll be fantastic. He was Steen's assistant. Yeah, he was. Love it too. Here's lovely sheep in Wales. What's the score, JB? It is 3-1 to Wales. 1-0 to Scotland. Belgium will win in 4-0. Red Wall will be key. Steen passed away on the touchline in a warm-up game. Ferg, you have to tell the players. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Thought so. The men's was playing. Yeah. Yeah, that was unreal with Jock Steen, wasn't it? I mean, again, I remember a time where Scotland used to produce some fantastic players. Hansen, Souness, King Kenny, even the likes of John Collins, Hendry, I can't remember, McCoist. I mean, absolutely brilliant. I was a kid and watched it live. Wow. The only sort of game I think I watched like that was the last group game was against Uruguay. Gemmell, Archie Gemmell, of course. Good old Archie Gemmell. Steen's Scotland were playing Wales that night in 1986 too, and put us out. Get in there, Dan James. Get in there, son. Yes, get in there. My headset has just turned off. Come on. 4-1. Good old James. Absolute legend. So when was that? There's Dan James. Oh, fantastic. Wales are playing like Brazil. Gordon McQueen, Joe Jordan. Meet Dan James. Exactly. Absolute legend. Well done, James. Bloody headset. Come on. I've got no bloody sound either. Honestly. Oh, I don't bloody know. Honestly. Gotta find my thingy now. Here we go. 4-1. I was not expecting this tonight. Now, the reason I was not expecting this tonight was because basically Wales beat Liechtenstein 1-0. So, if you can barely beat them, then, I was not expecting too much tonight. Love all our United old boys, no matter where they play. Exactly. Have to give them. Honestly. Now wide for sound. Stephanie. So, Stephanie, are you Welsh? Yes, honestly. Right. Martin Buchanan. Where are we? Honestly. Right. Here we go. Let's get it back. 4-1. That's ridiculous. Here we go. Back on. We've got Steve, my first captain at United. Hello, greetings from Argentina. Welcome, my friend. Hope you're doing extremely well this evening. Argentina, of course. Argentina. What a team. What a team. What a player. I've never been. What have we got in here? Meet Dan James. I love that. Bora looks like me when I was trying to play Norway. They didn't have a clue what their why was over there. Yes, my surname gives it away. Well, you say that, Stephanie. You say that. But I don't just assume, right? Go on. Oh, it should be 5. It should be 5. It should be 5. Look, a fellow Welsh person, Stephanie, legend. Yeah, I'm originally from Swansea. I don't sound like I'm Welsh, but I am Welsh. I was born and bred in Wales. Moved to London when I was about 16, so I am. My grandparents are Welsh. I can't even pretend that I'm not. So yeah. Oh, I should be 5. It should be 5. It should be 5. Let's see how Scotland are doing as well. Scotland is still winning 1-0. Belgium will win it. Never assume makes it up. Stephanie, I love it. It is so true. I love that saying. Belgium will win in 7-0. So yeah, Belgium are absolutely giving Liechtenstein an absolute spanking tonight. Could be a clean sheet for the men's as well tonight. So Wales are winning 4-1. Amazing. Let's have a little look. See what else is going on today. Look, I'm glad that international break is never assume. I was born in Chester. Does that make me Welsh? I heard Chester was on the border in 1959. I think Chester's Welsh, isn't it? No, it is, because Chester is the other side, isn't it? Let's have a look. No, it's not. No, it's not. Chester is not. Chester is English. So, you know, yeah. Sorry about that. It is on the border though. Lies on the River Dee. Apparently, Bedlam in Belgium. Oh, a great AC/DC track. Flint is Welsh. Yeah. 7-0. That is just ridiculous. 7-0. 7-0. Let's get his fixtures up. Let's get a bit more. 7-0. That is crazy. And that's a second string team as well. Oh, Scotland won. Denmark won as well. Let's see who scored. Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus Højlund has scored for Denmark tonight as well. That's an interesting game. That is such an interesting game. I think I might have that on in the background as well. Oh. Let's get that up as well. Wales are winning 4-1. Let's see if we can get this up as well live. Rasmus Højlund has got one back for Denmark. It's so interesting tonight how the United old boys seem to be doing the business tonight. I want Rasmus back. So Rasmus has scored. Scott has scored. United can't. It's true. Ian Rush was born in Flint, played for Chester City before signing for Liverpool. I loved Ian Rush. For Ian Rush was absolutely fantastic. Jamie Vargas says, I'm 100% United States Marine, born and bred in the great state of Texas. I love the beautiful game of football, or they call it in the US soccer. I love football more than NFL. Look, Marine, Jamie, legend, my friend. Massive respect to you, my friend. Absolute respect to you, my friend. Texas, I've been through there. I went to Albuquerque a couple of times, Texas as well. Scott McTominay makes my all-time United 11. Scott McTominay doesn't make mine, but I do respect the opinion. Of course I do. Scott will win the Ballon d'Or. Oh man, Rushy, what player and fantastic blue predator. Ian Rush. I mean, if we talk, we can talk openly about these old players tonight, right? But when we're talking about the signings that we want to make right now, we're talking about Semenyo, we're talking about all these sorts of players. I mean, I miss those players like Ian Rush. I miss those Mark Hughes sorts of players. Go on, Wales. Okay. 4-1. So Wales are still winning 4-1. Lines up if anybody's interested. The manager, Craig Bellamy. Starlo in goals, Williams, Rondon, Lawler, De Silva, Sheehan, James, Brooks, Cullen, and Johnson as well. Scorers, Howie Wilson, Brooks, Brendan Johnson, and Dan James. So we've got Dan James scoring for Wales. Ex-United, we've got Lemens in goal, currently keeping a clean sheet. We've got Rasmus Højlund, Scott McTominay scoring in that Denmark and Scotland game. The Denmark and Scotland game is fascinating, absolutely fascinating. I do remember Girls' School, great band. Oof, it's been sent off. A Danish player has just been sent off. Scotland are 11. Denmark have just been put down to 10 men. So this is Scotland's time. I never thought tonight I would be comfortable with Wales in terms of my boys are winning 4-1. Comfortable game tonight. Let's hope they don't capitulate. Scotland, this game is fascinating tonight. Steve says, apparently we are looking at a midfielder who's playing for a team that's bottom of the league. Yeah. So Gomez, we're looking at him. Wow. Scotland, I've got a great chance here. Well done, Dan. That's not rock at all. I made in stuff like that is rock. Come on. What do I like is rock? Against the country the size of a pea. Well, it is true. Well, so you've got who's playing tonight? So you've got Belgium winning 7-0. So Belgium are winning. Metallica, amazing. Belgium are winning 7-0 with a second rate squad as well. So my all-time. Okay, Niche fan, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. Go on, Scotland. Oof. Okay, so Niche fan is saying, Scott says Metallica are overrated. Niche fan says, okay, my all-time United 11 is De Gea, Evra, Vidic, Stam, Valencia, Carrick, McTominay, Rooney, Tevez, Mbumo. Guys, get into it tonight. That's Niche fans 11. I'll give you mine in a second. There's enough men in Macedonia. Is there enough men in Macedonia to make up the starting 11? Just about, my friend. I mean, let's be fair. Wales is not exactly massive either. Lorna Shaw are the ones for me. Scott, look, no one beats the Irons of Rock, but the girls sure look a lot pretty. They do. So Niche, look, get in your all-time 11. Niche fan has got in his all-time 11. I'll give you mine. My all-time 11 is Schmeichel in goal. Gary Pallister, one of the centre-backs. The other centre-back would be Vidic. Left back would be Dennis Irwin. Right back would be Gary Neville, whether people like that or not. Midfield, I'd go for Roy Keane, Scholesy in there as well. Roy Keane, Scholesy. I'll leave one out for now. I'll go Giggs on the left. I'd go Beckham on the right. I'd go Cristiano, Rooney, and then who's the other one I'd have in the middle? Scholesy, Keno, and Robson, I think. Scott, no one beats the Irons. Yeah, we said that. Liverpool fan, hi. Did you get my message? I got your email, but I didn't get anything back on. Instagram. I did get the message, my friend, but I didn't get anything back on Instagram. If you want to message me back, look, mate, I would, if you are the real player, go on, Scotland, then I will happily have you on the show. But you want to see good-looking women who sing, look at Butcher Babes. All right, there's one who should have this outside on Instagram. I didn't see it, mate. I didn't see it. Let me check. Let me check. A Liverpool fan. Let me check, and then let me check, because if it's true, a Liverpool fan, then it is really cool. So I'm not, I'm not dismissing that, but look, it would be awesome, my friend. Lou Macari, Sammy McElroy, the Greenhoff brothers, Casemiro must go in. Come on now. I'd go Keane, Casemiro, and Scholes. Mr. Freeze, come on, Mr. Freeze, come on now. Mr. Freeze, you're right. Swapping Carrick for Casemiro. I mean, how old are you guys? Come on now. The only one I might change out of my team would be Carrick. But Robson, Keane, Scholesy, Giggsy, Beckham, Rooney, Cristiano, Schmeichel in goal, Dennis Irwin, Gary Neville, Pallister, and Vidic for me. Casemiro on, yeah, but Mr. Freeze. But when we're talking about players for United, and again, I'm not putting your opinion down. If you guys want Luke Shaw in there, happy days, right? But I don't look. How can you count? And I'm just asking you, Mr. Freeze. Oh, Wales are on it. This should be five. Get out. If Casemiro had won those, I don't see how you can base a Casemiro being one of our great players when he won the 5 Champions Leagues at a different club. He didn't win them for our club. So look, I mean, if that's your mindset, no problem at all. But I don't see how you can class Casemiro as one of our greatest players when he won 5 Champions Leagues at a different club. We're talking about this club. We're not talking about overall. Go on. Oof. So sorry, guys. I'm just. Come on, Wales. Dark as Ed Woodward. Next statue outside Old Trafford should be CR7. I actually think the next statue outside should be one of Scholesy or Rooney. I think Rooney, Cristiano, yeah, but I think Rooney's done more. I'd argue that Rooney should have a statue outside. This Scotland game, by the way, is fascinating. Go on, Wales. Free kick. JB, you have to have Tevez, Worth, Rooney, CR7. They had a perfect synergy. Look, Tevez for me, niche fan, can't go in there. Steve says Law Best and Charlton, 100%. Tevez for me, mate, never going into this side. Tevez is never, look, niche fan. no problem if you can forgive him. I cannot. Tevez, it's a shame for me. I thought Tevez was an absolutely fantastic player, but Tevez will never get into any of my sides because of what he did. You know, I respect the player. Well, I don't respect the player, but I respect the career. But I absolutely cannot have him anywhere near this side. Niche fan, I'll come back on that, my friend. Get in there! What a free kick that was! Harry Wilson, take a bow. Harry Wilson, take a bow. What a free kick that was. Take a bow. What a free kick that was. Great free kick. I genuinely can't believe that Wales are winning 5-1. I thought tonight was going to be an absolute... what a free kick that was. What a free kick. What a free kick that was. Oh, fantastic. Take a bow. Take a bow. Great free kick that was. I can't believe we're winning 5-1. That's ridiculous. Brilliant. Absolute brilliant. Unbelievable. Niche fan says, JB, I love you, but the modern players are better. Niche fan, I appreciate it, my friend. I love you too. I think modern players are better athletes. I think overall modern players are probably better athletes, but modern players are athletes first and footballers second, in my humble opinion. I think watching, and I've been very, very fortunate to watch both. People like Scholesy today would get into this side. Beckham would. I think Andy Cole. There are. I do think that there's a misconception. I do think that there's a misconception. Go on, get it out, Scotland. I do think that there's a misconception. But where I would say the modern player is now, I think a modern player is an athlete first. Don't forget, back in the 90s and early noughties, you could tackle a player. You could get stuck in. So I think overall modern players are probably better athletes, but I think that older players are better football players. I'm talking about them being in their prime. Rooney says, Jamie, Rooney, Giggsy, not politically correct. Giggsy as well. I think Giggsy today as a winger would absolutely terrorise Scholesy as well. Those players would terrorise teams, And whilst I think there is an argument to say, look, I think that modern players are better athletes. I think they are better. Well, some of them are. I think mentality-wise, I think most of the modern players cannot deal with football. I think we clamber for people like Keane again. Jamie Vargas says Tevez is a traitor. I agree with you. Tevez will never get into any of. I can't believe Wales are winning 5-1. Terrible cross there by Wales. Jamie, I agree. Falco would get in. He was an intimidating striker up there with Van Persie in 2013. Guys, I love these opinions. I think when we talk about older players and things like that, it is fascinating to me about people's opinions. Sometimes I don't know if people are just being serious or not, right? But I love opinions. I thought Falcao at one point. Falcao was one of the best strikers in the world. He got injured. I'd argue Forlan as well. You could argue modern, that sort of player was a fantastic player as well. But again, you've got to think about the likes of a Vieri. George Weah was a fantastic player. Shevchenko was a fantastic player. R9, best example. Go on, Wales. 6. Oh, go on, Wilson. That's a penalty. Get in there. Penalty. It's just dreamland. 5-1 with a penalty. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. If he'd have gone to Liverpool, I want to put him in, but City I'm not bothered. Niche fan, mate. And again, your opinion here, my friend. Stephanie says Schmeichel, Irwins, Edwards, Styles, Robson, Keane, Scholes, Rooney, best 11, Lord Charlton, world class. Stephanie, and the reason why I don't disagree with that at all, right? The reason why I would never put those players in is because I didn't see them play. So I do think you're right. I think that's a very 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 great team, but I'd never put them in my team because I can't talk about them. I can't talk about them with any sort of passion because I never saw them play. You know, I know who they are. I think they were fantastic players. I've seen clips. You know, I've seen Best. I mean, Best was ridiculous. But I can't put them in my side because they're not players that I've seen play. But I don't think you're wrong. They're playing plumbers and postmen. Doesn't matter, mate. Go on. Get in there. 6-1. Get in there. Go on. Put those postmen to bed. 6-1. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 6-1 is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Absolute ridiculous. Ridiculous. The most players, modern players aren't physical enough. For me, front three of Rooney, Van Persie and Falcao. Interesting. We should go back to the old days where the youngsters would have to clean the first team's boots to get anywhere near the first team. I agree with you. I agree with you. I think that it teaches humility. I think it teaches respect. You know, the fact that you've got these youngsters coming in who are 14, 15, they're getting paid ridiculous cash. Because you used to have like a YTS scheme, right? And they used to come in and then they used to clean the players' boots. Because I remember who was talking about. There was somebody talking about cleaning somebody's boots, like Giggsy, Beckham, Scholesy. They used to be assigned a player, and they used to have to clean their boots. You know, if it's good enough for Scholesy, good enough for Neville, good enough for Beckham, good enough for all these players, then it's good enough for me. Also, why didn't Rodri Giggs ever play for us? Because Rodri Giggs wasn't very good. Go on, Scotland. Go on, Scotland. Go on. Oh, unlucky. 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 Because he wasn't very good. Rio and Ferdinand would be dominant in the modern game, I agree. Duncan Edwards was good enough to play for Madrid. And again, you know, when we talk about these players, right? You know, people like that, the Busby Babes, and then you've got Charlton, you know, Best, you know, you've got all those sorts of players, right? The reason why I predominantly don't talk about them is because I can't talk about them. You know, I can talk about them and I can tell you, in my opinion, that they're fantastic players, but I never watched them play. It's like Pele. I never watched him play, but I know that he's an or was an amazing player. What's his name? I didn't see Pele play. I saw R9 play, so I could talk about him. Maradona. Get in there! Scotland! Get in there, Scotland! Well done, Scotland. Absolutely brilliant. Well done. Fantastic. Scotland have just scored brilliant. I'm really pleased for them. Fantastic. Fantastic. Well done to Scotland. If Scotland win this, they're into the World Cup, which I think would be brilliant. Great goal. Great goal. My Prem time would be... Nish Fan says, my all-time Prem would be Cech, Evra, Gabriel Silva, Walker, Casido, Modric, Rooney, CR7, Haaland, and Salah. Now, the interesting thing about Luka Modric is that Luka Modric, don't get me wrong, he was good in he was good in the Premier League, but he's world class when he went to Spain. So I get that. I do get it. And again, interesting team. I think it's interesting how different ages have different teams, and it's fascinating to me. And again, I'm sure people who were born in, say, the 60s, they have a completely different team to me as well. So it is fascinating. So at present, Scotland are going to top their group. It is ridiculous. You won't make it far in the World Cup, JB. Don't get your hopes, Scott. We've got to qualify first, mate. We've got to qualify first. So we've got to get in. So it means we get to the semi-final of the qualification. So we've not even qualified yet, mate. So Scotland will have qualified. Look, Scott, mate, I couldn't care less. The only thing I'm gonna say back on that, Scott, Euro 2018, was it, or Euro 2018, when we got to the semi-final. Where did England come that year? Wales went to the semi-final, just about lost to Portugal. I'm just saying, mate. Bro, there are any reason why you never portray full screen, size it seems a bit strange. Well, okay, so the reason why I don't, but the reason why I will, is because this seems to work better for the channel, right? So one of the strategies that I use, so when you go into vertical, you don't go into the short stream, right? So most people now watch shorts. So when I do it in this format, which seems to work, is it's built up the subscriber base because it gets to more people rather than the vertical format. So I used to do it in the vertical format, but one of the things that I noticed, get it out, 2-2, Denmark have equalised, 2-2, Denmark have equalised. So look, when I do, I did do the horizontal. I will go back to that. At some point, I will go back to that. But the reason why I do this is basically because I'm doing something different, and this works for me right now. Some of the figures, some of the views that I get are better doing it this way rather than the vertical view. But I will be doing more of that stuff in the future. Scott, what are you up to tonight? Art Hostage says yes about the boots was me. I don't know, but why I follow England after that is Scotland, Ireland, Wales until we're all out. Yeah. Wales 6-1. Scotland, man. Scotland are come on, Scotland. The Welsh game is over pretty 7-1. Ridiculous. 7-1. 7-1. 7-1. 7-1. This doesn't happen to Wales, by the way. Mr. Freeze Duncan was the reason I supported United. Stephanie says the modern game is far easier. Players have it all. No mud heat pitches to play on. Tackling was violence. 5 subs now, only 1 back then. Health and fitness and boot improvements too. Scotland v Denmark. Salmon Derby for me. Duncan Edwards would make the Premier first division at all time. Go for Dorgu at the end of it. Wonder which team God would pick to represent on Earth. Good question. Dorgu the next ever. Giggs on the left, Beckham on the right. Dorgus, I think Jesus would be in it. 7-1. 7-1. It's ridiculous. 7-1. I can't believe it. And I know to some people, we are playing, postman, but 7-1 is is crazy. I'm singing Men of Harlot tonight. Stephanie, I mean, as you'll know, when was the last time we scored 7 goals against like any sort of team? Come on, Scotland. Go on, Scotland. Go on, John McGinn. Corner. No, he was good with crosses. Come on. 7 minutes. 7 minutes to qualify for this World Cup. Come on. Oh, Scott. Come on. Go on, Scotland. Go on, Scotland. Go on. Oh. Doku's out. Come on, Scotland. Just get it in. Go on. That's it. McGinn. Brilliant. Go on, McTom. Oh, come on, Scotland. Come on, Scotland. Wales have won 7-1. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Playoffs 7-1. Ridiculous. So Wales have won 7-1. I'm singing we shouldn't have sold Dan James. Dan James was rapid. I remember when Dan James used to play for Swansea. That's my hometown. Absolutely rapid. I remember when Swansea played City. Come on, Scotland. Switch over to the Scotland game. 2-2. Go on, Scotty Mac. Sonic. Oh, he was ridiculous. Go on. Oh, Denmark. I've thrown everything at it. I mean, Dan James. Anybody remember that Danish player called Rommedahl? Absolutely rapid that guy was. Come on, Scotland. Dan James, all the gear and no idea. Steve, it is true. It is true, mate. It is true. He did have all of the gear. And when we're talking about gear, we're not talking about, gear. Go on. Oh, 5 minutes left. He got injured with us and never the same. Yeah, I think it was after his dad passed away. It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again. HP classic line from Silence of the Lambs. Brilliant film. Freaky as anything, but good film that is. Silence of the Lambs. Obviously inspired by What's His Chops. The guy that's on Netflix. The guy that, what's his name? My old man brain is just packed off Leeds for him. Yeah, Casemiro's game with Tunisia finished. Oh, that old dressing lotion and sting in my eyes. Ed Gain, of course it is. Yeah, my old man brain. Yes, great. And I don't know if you saw the Ed Gein, the Netflix thing, right? Not the biggest fan of some of the stuff because it wasn't true, but I love the reenactment of all the things that they did, like of all the films. I thought that and the reenactment of Silence of the Lambs was great. So Scotland here, we've got 2 minutes. Nope, yeah, sorry from English, I'm so French. Look, no need to apologise on here, my friend. Your English is perfectly fantastic. So, oh, come on, Scotland. Come on, you can do it. Don't blow it. Come on. Here we go. Come on. Here we go. Five minutes of added time. Go on, Scotland. Come on. Imagine the scene, just Scotland won the World Cup over England. Can you imagine if Scotland won the World Cup? Anyone remember the old days when the player all jumped into the same bath naked after a muddy game? Well, mate, I'm sure that's a niche, right? I'm sure that's a niche on P-Hub, isn't it? HP, the French youngsters are doing fantastic. Yeah, I mean, Sunderland are doing fantastically well, aren't they? Come on. Oh, come on, Scotland. Don't blow it. I wonder if Casimir would jump in the bath nowadays. I bet none of them would jump in the bath, mate. They'd all be scared, wouldn't they? I mean, when I used to play five-a-side, if Wales win, do they qualify for the World Cup? So Wales have just won 7-1, so they qualified for the playoff. So they basically were second in the group, and because of that, they go into the playoffs. So they've got a home tie in the semi-final, and then so they've got 2 games effectively. So they've got 2 games next March. So so 7-1 means that they're not out. Mr. Freeze, they have lower him with a harness. I wonder if Casimir would jump in a bath. Like one of those Stanner lift things that they pick him up. 6 minutes left. 6 minutes for Scotland to qualify for the World Cup. The bro doesn't think it's true. It's true, man, but you were a bit subdued. I know it is true. I remember when I was playing football, probably when I was about, not that long ago, to be fair, when I was about 15, 16, no, probably a little bit older actually. And I mean, like, I used to shower like after the game. You used to, be in like a room full of adult. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? You'd be in a room full of adult men with all their, thing out. You wouldn't even think about it. Now I think, would you like Wales to play in the playoff? Who would you like us to play in the playoff? Someone easy. I don't know who we play. I don't know who we play in, but I'd like someone easy. I would like somebody easy. I don't know. Let me see if I can find out. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, I don't think it's been drawn yet. I don't know. Someone easier. If it's Latvia, but whoever we play in the semi-final is going to be at home anyway. So, yeah. Look, whoever it is, we've got to beat them. One of the Baltic countries. When Carney played at Portsmouth, they had to get a wheelchair for him to leave the stadium after a match. What about Ledley King? Go for Scotland, is it? Am I behind? I bet I'm behind again, aren't I? Has Scotland scored? I'm well behind, aren't I? Go on. Oh, great goal. I am so far behind. I'm so far behind. What a goal. I'm so far behind. What a goal that is. That is... Oh... Brilliant. What a finish that was. Bloody behind, aren't I? I'm so behind. Brilliant. Turney, what? Oh my God. King was a sick note. What about Anderton as well? Anderton was a little bit of a sick note as well, wasn't he? Because Ledley King couldn't train. He couldn't train, so he never trained. He literally just went for a bit of a swim and played. Turney, take a bow. What a finish. Hey, what's going on? Scotland have just scored in the 93rd minute. Have to win to qualify. What a finish that was. Owen Hargreaves as well. It's a shame it's in the States where nobody watches football. The timings will be messed up. Owen Hargreaves, sorry for this. No, it's my fault for being so far behind. It's a great goal. Fantastic goal, Stephanie. I'm fantastic. Great goal. Great goal. So it's Ireland, Scotland, England. Brilliant. Well done. Ah, fantastic. Come on. It's nearly finished. Ah, that's fantastic. Owen, yeah. Michael Owen was a little bit of a yeah, but Michael Owen was Hoyland to score. 96. It's nearly finished now. It's nearly finished. Go on, Scotland. Go on, Scotland. Dion Dublin, yeah. Solskjaer as well towards the end of his career. All our boys are absolutely on fire for their countries. It is. It's a fantastic. It's a fantastic night. I know. No, Wales have to still get there, but that'd be fantastic. Saha as well. Come on, Scotland. Blow that whistle. Blow that whistle. Blow that whistle. Get it done. Get it done. Come on. So close. So close. So close. Come on. It will be funny if we get Grant Hanley versus Cristiano in the World Cup. Ian Smith after the leg break. Does anybody remember who is a better keeper, Van der Sar or Dida? I'd go probably with Van der Sar, to be honest. Who is a better keeper? Van der Sar. Yeah, I'd go with Van der Sar. Come on. Come on, Scotland. Come on, Scotland. Come on. It's finished, right? It's got to be finished. Taffarel, Mr. Freeze. You pulled that one out of the bag. He was a great keeper. Okay, a keeper statue outside of Old Trafford. Schmeichel for me. Come on, you got to blow that whistle. Yeah. Stepney says Steve. Yeah, and you go different eras. Different eras. I'm literally like, is there? I'm. What a goal that is! What a goal that is! What a bloody goal that is! Take a friggin' bow. What a goal that is. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That is stunning. What a goal. You're 3-2 up. Denmark are chucking everything at you, and he decides to do that. What an absolute goal that is. Unbelievable. Unbelievable goal. What are you doing? What are you doing? Peter and the treble, unforgettable. Yeah, I think Peter, for me, what a goal that is. It from his own half, right? From his own half. Oh, what a goal that is. From his own half. Oh, I don't know what's going on tonight. I did say this on the other stream. I know you've got Wales and you've got Scotland, but the Premier League players are unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's fantastic. What a goal that was. 4-2. Unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Yeah. So Scotland tonight. Well done to Scotland. Well done to Wales as well. Look, Scotland are qualified for the World Cup. England are qualified. Ireland have qualified. Wales need to go via a qualification playoff, so they've got to play a final, and then they've got to play semi, and then a final. Unbelievable. Look, absolute unbelievable. Oh, that's brilliant. What a goal. McTominay is about as Scottish as Buckfast. I love it. Look, we still got a little bit of time. So tonight, what have we had? What a man, watch along, 3 teams at once. Multitasking at his best, my brother. Look, we've got to do it, right? It's really important that we I'm not an international sort of fan, but when there are games that Wales have to win and games that Scotland have to win, it's important to support the home teams. We all know that England are a fantastic team. We all know if we're talking about best opportunities to win games, we all know that England have that squad. But the fact that Scotland tonight have qualified for the World Cup, Wales have to go through the playoffs, but Scotland qualifying, I think, for the first time since 1998. Unbelievable. And what an unbelievable 4th goal. Brilliant. So well done to them. Marv says Cristiano or Messi. Every day of the week for me, Cristiano, but I always say this: Messi is a gift. Messi is one of those players that's a gift from God, right? If you and all that stuff. Cristiano is the epitome of hard work. Of course, Cristiano for me, but Cristiano is the epitome of hard work. There has to be a talent there, but Messi could do what Messi does. He doesn't rely on physicality, but again, he's still, he trained and he's still good, but Messi would still have that gift. Do you think Cristiano Jr. will live up to his father's legacy? I doubt it. Macedonia going straight home. Farmers get up early in the morning. I love it. Royal Sports Studio says, all right, mate, legend, random question, but have you tried Colt Kitty's mystery shirt? Great value for money and good quality shirts. No, I haven't. I haven't, mate. Let me look. Colt kits. Okay. Mystery shirt ends on Thursday. Interesting. From £18. I mean, I guarantee you, if I got a mystery shirt, I'd get some sort of weird third tier like Brazilian team. Yeah, but that's quite cool though. Isn't Cristiano's son at United Academy? Rooney's kids are. Where is Ronaldo Junior Academy? Where does he play? I don't actually know. I think he's playing. Isn't he playing in Saudi? No, he plays in the Al Nassr Academy. Yeah. Rooney's kids do. They play in that. Mar says, real facts, Mbappe is the best player in this generation after Cristiano and Messi. How old is Mbappe now? I don't probably disagree with that. Yeah, who should sign CR7? He's 26. The reason why I'm asking Miles is because I'm just thinking about, would Harry Kane, be classed here as well? Would this one? I think who else? Harry Kane's what, 30? Would you class like Harry Kane in there as well? I might. What about Kevin De Bruyne? How old's Kevin De Bruyne? Isn't he 31, 32? I think Mbappe has got a shout. I'm not gonna argue that. I think he probably is. Can't think of anyone else who's really kind of the thing about him that impresses me the most, right? Is the fact that even though, and I do think he's a very arrogant player, but again, he's a striker. He knows what he wants. As you said there, Miles, 400 goals is unreal. And what's impressed me the most is the consistency, right? Is the consistency. The only mark for me is he played in the French league. I'm not trying to take anything away from him, World Cups, Spanish league, and all that sort of stuff, but he has played in the French league. That's all I'm saying. I think if there was a question mark, you could line it up at Messi as well. Cristiano, I don't think you can. He's played in the Premier League, was the best player in the Premier League, Spain, Italy. The only thing I would say with him is there's a question mark on where he's played. But other than that, I've got no. Again, I'm not arguing against your point. This channel is about your opinion. Best player of all time. Anyone is gonna take time answering that one. I think yours is a fantastic question. Who is the best player of all time? I think best player of all time is one of those ones that's a very, very subjective point, right? The best player for me of all time is not going to be the best player for you, and I don't think that necessarily anybody is wrong unless you pick Luke Shaw. Then in that case, you are wrong. Kidding. It's got to be Ronaldo, says Miles. Who's the best player for me? Maradona for me. Maradona. I just think that, and Miles, I agree with you again. Look, mate, Miles, I think what this channel is about, Miles, is about opinion, right? We don't deal in an absolute, right? So what I mean is that, look, there are some things that are true. Messi, Cristiano, the two best players you can argue ever, two best players in the last 30 years, easy peasy, right? DJ says, Cristiano, I grew up with Pele. Pele has got a shout as well. Maradona, for me, I think he was a maverick. Who's getting further in the World Cup? England, Scotland. Well, so far, Scott, such a knob. Well, we need to get there first. So Wales are not there yet, mate. So at the moment, England and Scotland are going to go far. Wales won. Look, the last time we did well, we had Gareth Bale. Ramsey was okay as well. We don't have those players anymore. Ronaldo ruined his best player legacy with his bad habits. He did. Agree completely, but I love him. I thought he was a maverick. He was different, just like for me, just like George Best was an absolute. He was. I don't think people understand how good Best was in that era. With the boots that he wore, he used to drink about 17 pints. I'm kidding, but he used to drink a lot. Muddy pitches, he used to absolutely get destroyed on the pitch, so people would just take him out. Wonderful player, right? Pele was another amazing player as well. 18 years old, or winning the World Cup, 17, I think it was. Again, could do things that other players just what a player. So for me, Maradona was just that. Ruined his career, but when he had that career, he was doing things that other people just couldn't do. Just again, one of those players who was just an absolute gift. Agree with fondness, man. Bestie. I mean, I love Bestie as well. I mean, Best would probably be joint first or second for me. The things I've read about him, the things that I saw, Best was just. It was just something else. He was just. There were certain players that come on and they move the gauge. Through every era, you get players that move the gauge, and I think Best was one of those players who would just. I don't think people quite understand with Best. We're talking pitches that were basically full of stones and mud. He used to get wiped out. Small frame. The guy used to get drunk. Come and play. Just what a player. Best. What a player. Legendary player. I always remember watching Maradona on the pitch with Napoli to song "Life Is Life" opus. Maradona single-handedly, winning things. We talk about Messi, fantastic player, but again, Maradona again was in an era whereby you'd get kicked. I mean, against England when he scored like the hand of God, I mean, he'd be getting kicked. He'd be getting destroyed left, right, and centre. Again, it's an absolute different game. Steve says, true humble man, two best. Always had the time for fans. I think any player like that who is full of that talent, and then is humble as well. I mean, what a legend of this club. Very, very, very blessed. And again, these sorts of players they're flawed. Flawed, but fantastic people. So look, guys, just a light show tonight. Kurtik Sharma says hi. Hello, my friend. Hope you're doing extremely well. Just just a quick show tonight. Really, I wanted to do one a little bit earlier tonight, and yeah, what a fantastic show, guys. I love the opinions on here. I love the sort of different show tonight. Fantastic questions. I absolutely love it. Out of context, but McTominay has been misprofiled by United his whole career. I think, look, what a statement. Really good statement there. I think a lot of players that has happened to. I think we're so obsessed. Look, we had in charge of our club, right, when Wilcox came in, and I'll mention this again, right? So a couple of weeks ago now, there was a dinner, right, and Wilcox was talking and basically said that when he came into the club 18 months ago, there was no link between the owners, no link between the management, no link between the squad, no link between the youth players, right? What have we been doing for 13 years? And he didn't mean it in any sort of way. He was just talking about what he thinks Ineos have done. And that's why we failed. We have failed so many players. When you've got the inmates running the asylum, what do we expect? And what's happened? Man, wish man you had your stamina. Mate, it's look, it's true, mate. Thanks, mate. Yeah, we had Arnold, and Murta, those two idiots running this club. They basically thought that the way to run this club was to buy stars. Alanga, even somebody like Alanga, whilst maybe he didn't fit in the team at the time, Alvarez recently, Scott McTominay, so many players that have left have gone on to do some of these amazing things. And I think you're right. It's not just Scotty McTominay. We failed the players that are here. Hoyland. We failed Hoyland. We failed so many players at this club, and it's because of the toxicity. It's because the ownership that we had. They didn't know what they were doing, and they created a culture of. And look, I'm not going to dig players out. They created a culture of you look at this, right. At one point, we had Pogba, Lingard, and I'm not aiming it necessarily at them. You've got those two, and they should be allowed to express themselves, right? But when you've got those sorts of players who are dancing around, like all this sort of shit, like just get on and play football, and then we accumulated, a bunch of players like Rashford is not his necessarily fault. He came through, right? Talented player. But then we didn't look at the profile of the players. We never looked at, Sancho. Sancho was a walking red flag, right? City, they got rid of him because of the way that he was. Dortmund played a cracker, by the way. They didn't want to sell him, but they did. We never looked at the attitudes of the players, And to go back to that Scotty McTominay, we misused him, and then what happened is that because the Glazers like to put layers in front of the things that they do, we just completely blamed the players, right? We completely blamed the players. We completely blamed the coaches. And this is where we are. I blame the owners more than these players. We accumulated players that probably shouldn't have been here, but we did let players down as well. Dark Knight says, whichever idiot says sell a left back to Porto and then Madrid. Exactly. Feel sorry for Jesse. I watched him rushly come through the 10s. Look at where they both are now. So sad for Jesse. Agreed. Agreed. I don't know what happened to Lingard. I don't know what happened to him. You know, there was that season where he went to the Hammers, came back. You know, he scored in the FA Cup final. Like, I always had time for him. I just think that it's a shame. It's just a shame. Rashford as well, but you know, the toxicity that I think as fans I think the Glazers are very, very good were very, very good at spinning this fan base around. And for the longest time, we were so starved of success, so starved of anything important that we basically were looking for people to blame. And the Glazers were so good at focusing the attention on the manager, on the players, blame everybody else bar the Glazers. Says I also blame the old medical team as well. Yeah, I mean, what were we doing there? Unbelievable. Cardiff says McTominay should have been a box crasher forward. Look at his finishing instead. We made him chase balls with Fred. And with hindsight, you're spot on. And look, with hindsight, I think you're right. It's what's happening with McTominay reminds me of the Mainu situation, on the basis that McTominay was playing. Coaches, you can see now why they wanted him in their side, but he wasn't played in the right position. We didn't know what we had. We didn't know how to deal with it. And Mainu, we've got a similar situation. The difference is he's not playing, but we don't know what we've got on our hands. You know, Mainu could be maybe just not right. But are we going to have another McTominay as well? Scott himself says he always felt he was a striker. All I'm going to say there, Dark Knight, is that you said that he was a stroker. I know exactly what you mean. DJ, of all the times to have predict the text, type in the wrong word is hilarious. I always thought that Scott was a stroker as well, but you know, enough about his private life. I kind of want mainly to go on loan so we can find what kind of player he is. I agree with you. I blame JB for the low and show form. They watch this channel and don't perform well. I'm a striker. We all know that you're a striker, Scott. Yeah, mate, that's obvious. But look, guys, I'm going to go give you your evenings back. Look, fantastic show tonight again. Great end to the show. Kartik coming in there as well at the end with some cracking comments as well. Absolute fantastic. Brilliant, mate. Absolute fantastic. So look, I am JB. As you know by now, this is one of the best platforms. This is one of the best communities on the platform. This channel is becoming special to me on the basis that we are the best chat on the platform. We are. You guys make it happen. Yeah, we are. We get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's all thanks to you guys. Sorry about the missed. I love it, guys. Absolutely fantastic. But look, guys, I mean it. I think we're pushing 25k, which is unreal. You know, we'll go to 25, and then we'll push to 26. Let's see what we can do. Who knows where we can be this time next year? And it's all thanks to you guys. You make this channel amazing, and you know, a massive thank you to me. If and when the only strokes we won is Sunburn. Take care, yeah. When and I've said this, when the channel gets the 30k. If it gets to 30k, I will be giving out some retro shirts as well. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, maybe next year, once we get to 30k, I'll be giving away some shirts as well. So watch out for that. So look, guys, have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. You guys are legends. This chat is phenomenal. I can only thank you guys. So look, I'll be back tomorrow. Grace strokes still low while Amarin watches. Scott, we're leaving it on that note, my friend. We're going to leave that. We're going to end the stream with that image. We're going to end the stream with the image of that. Grace stroking. Brilliant, mate. So look, I'll be back tomorrow, guys. Thank you for watching Legends of the Chat. Have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.